Alright, I'm getting ready to do a range test on the Likebike KN110, and normally when I do a range test on an e-bike, I kind of baby it and see if I can get, right around 20 miles. This thing has a 25 amp hour battery, so I'm going to ride it out. It's like 6 or 7 miles where I'm going, and then 6 or 7 miles coming back, but there are plenty of hills that I've got to tackle to get out there, and these are country roads. So I'm going to be riding this thing flat out the entire time. And I'm going to talk about what I like and what I don't like about the bike. And I was really kind of thinking about the kind of video to please the algorithm, 5 things I love and 5 things I hate about this bike. But honestly, there are a lot of things that I love about the bike and nothing that I hate, a few things that could use some improvement. But let's get into that right now. First, I'll talk about the stuff that I like about the bike. And first and foremost, the price. This thing is very, very well priced. I think this is probably about the best e-bike you can get on the market right now that comes in at under $1,000. For at under $1,000, you get a lot with this bike. I think it's coming in at like $999 on Amazon, and it's like $960 some when you stack discount codes and things like that through Likebike's website. So if you are interested in buying this bike, if you go through my discount code in the description, you can get a pretty good deal on this bike. And the next thing that I really like about this bike a lot is that it is just fun. I have bikes that are faster than this, but honestly, most of them I don't have as much fun as when I'm riding this bike. I've got other bikes that get up to higher top speeds, and they get up to those speeds faster. They're more torquey, but they are not as fun to ride as this one. And we're going to be hearing some squeaking and squealing on these brakes, because the last time I rode it on a dusty trail, and I just hosed it off today. So I think there's still some dust in those brake pads. But anyway, what I was saying, this bike is just fun to ride. It's fun. It's like, you get on this thing, it's super comfortable, and that is the next thing I like about it, is the comfort. It is the most comfortable e-bike I have ever ridden, hands down. It's got that cushy dirt bike suspension. It's got a very cushy suspension, and it just rides super nice. Well, there's something I don't like about this bike, and that is that it looks like a dirt bike, and it is really kind of made to draw attention. And I hope that sheriff doesn't turn around to come back and get me. If you don't want to draw attention to yourself, this is not going to be the bike for that, because this is a definite head turner. Yeah, when I rode past that sheriff's car back there, I really expected him to turn around and stop me, because this thing does straight up look like a dirt bike, and I am not allowed to be riding an untagged dirt bike on the roads here. And the last major thing that I really love about this bike is that it has that massive 25 amp hour battery. So I can ride it, hopefully at its top speed, for a pretty long way. And that is what I'm testing out today. And now we're going to get into the things that I don't like about this bike, because we're going to get into tackling a lot of hills now. And that is that this bike does not have a lot of torque. Now I'm going to talk about where this bike would be better as far as like performance goes, but keep in mind that once you start upping the performance, it also starts upping the price. So that would negate one of the things that I really like about this bike. So I think this bike would be really cool if it were a 60 volt bike, maybe even a 60 volt dual motor bike. But again, you're going to get into the realm of really increasing the price on this bike, and like I said, that's going to negate the value that you get out of this bike. Like I said, I think this is one of the best value bikes you can get right now because you get so much for under $1,000. You start putting 60-volt batteries and things like that in this thing, and the price is going to immediately skyrocket. Now, with that being said, this bike has a great frame for modding. So, you know, this is... Oh, it just dropped way down climbing this hill. The power drops considerably when you start going up hills. It just does not have any torque. But as I was saying, this is a great platform for modding. It's got a spot for a giant battery if you would want to make those mods yourself. I'm of the opinion that I would just run this bike with the 48 volt. It's got a 48 volt 25 amp hour battery, and I would just have fun on this bike with it being what it is. And when the day comes that the battery is no longer holding a charge, that's when I would look at upgrading this bike. But as it stands right now, this thing is fine. Now, I'm riding it on country roads now, and this is not the best place to be riding this bike. It's really best in your little suburban neighborhoods, bopping around your city blocks and things like that. But the problem with that is the bike's appearance. Now, I know that I said that one of the things I like about this bike is that it looks cool, but the problem with that is it looks too cool. It draws way too much attention to itself and doesn't have the performance to kind of back that look up. So what you might end up running into is that you might run into Karens who assume that this thing is super fast when it's not, and they might want to start some trouble over that. This bike tops out at maybe 30 miles per hour if you got a good downhill grade and maybe the wind at your back. I'm going into headwinds now, but I'm going downhill, and the speedometer says 35. I wouldn't trust that. In my initial first look video at this bike, I did a speedometer test and checked speedometer accuracy, so you can check that video. Yeah, it does not hit the speeds that the built-in speedometer claims. It's only off by like a couple miles per hour though. And the final thing that I don't like about this bike is that these pedals are absolutely useless. I'm pedaling now, but I'm just pedaling out of habit, and I'm ghost pedaling. So when I've got the motor maxed out here, I'm just turning my legs. Now, when you take off from a stop and you try to pedal this bike under human power, it is the absolute worst bike I've ever ridden for pedaling. It is so heavy, the suspension is so springy that you cannot get any power sent to that back wheel. You are actually better off just standing on the bike and pushing it with your feet and riding it like a good old dandy horse and moving it that way, because pedaling this thing, you waste more energy pedaling it than you would just pushing it. It's like 106 pounds and just absolutely awful to pedal. The downsides on this bike are very minor, and the upsides far, far outweigh any disadvantages that the bike has, especially at its price point. I can't emphasize that enough. It's a lot of fun. I'm going up a very minor grade now with the wind in my face. And this bike is capping out at about 26 miles per hour, so it doesn't have that grunt that you need when you need it. I've unlocked everything to the highest level I could go in the settings in the like P08 setting. I took that up to 62. That is what caps your miles per hour. Now, although that says 62, that doesn't mean that you're going to get up to 62 miles per hour. That is just the numeric setting for where you can cap out. And somebody mentioned that if you go into the P12 setting and set that to 2 instead of 3, you will accelerate harder. I tried it. That's where I've got it set at right now. I don't notice any difference. But I do weigh 190 pounds. The bike weighs 106, so it is what it is, I guess. In my first look review, I took the bike down these trails. They were a lot less overgrown back when I brought the bike down this trail the last time. But I didn't go very far on these trails because this bike has e-bike tires, and these trails are basically made for dirt bike tires. And I do not want to push this bike home with a flat. So if you want to see how this bike handles off-road trails, watch that video. I kind of want to race this train back. Can we do it? Can it beat this train back to the trails? To the tracks? Let's do it. Let's see. Here we go. Boy, it's got a slow takeoff. Hey, it's faster than a locomotive. I wouldn't say it's faster than a speeding bullet, though. With these fat tires, it is probably able to leap tall buildings in a single bound, though. That was fun. That's where I need to cross. I'm going over. I ain't waiting on him. Alright, this is our turnaround point here, and this is like 7 miles. 6 or 7 miles at least. And the odometer says 48. When I left, it was setting at 40. And we did go down that little off-road trail section. That adds a little bit to it, but not much. So it's probably off by like 1 mile. We'll go back now and test out the battery, see where we're at for our final range. Yeah, no torque on this thing. But it doesn't matter, it's a fun ride. It's just a fun bike to ride. I'll take the fun and comfort over speed and torque any day. In my original first look video for this bike, I called it a lightweight exploration vehicle, which it's not light for a e-bike. In comparison to a trail riding motorcycle, it is very lightweight though. So I think the term of lightweight exploration vehicle kind of fits this pretty well. Because it's not technically an e-bike by legal standards, even though, yeah, it is an e-bike. And it's definitely not a dirt bike or an e-moto. I don't know what you would really call this thing. I'm going to call it a pretenduro. That's what I'm going to call it. It is an e-bike wearing the cosplay of a dirt bike. And I got distracted because the train was holding me up there. I have never been down this way here. I don't even know if I'm allowed to come back. Oh my God, I don't know what I just hit, but it sounded like metal. And that's the kind of stuff that will pop these tires in no time. Back when I take dirt bikes back on the wooded trail, I go back that way, but I've never actually come this way to see where this goes into. And this is actually pretty cool. I'm having fun outrunning this train. Yeah, I am slowing down a little bit as I go over these humps because this thing does ride like an e-bike more than like a dirt bike. Looks like we're in some kind of field here. I don't trust this thing back there, so we're going to turn around and go back. Geez, I really do love riding this bike. It is so much fun to ride. It just feels good. But really, I've kind of said about everything I need to say about this bike. There's not much else to say about it. But that's basically 14 to 15 miles that I put on this thing, going as fast as it can go in the conditions that it's dealing with. Oh my goodness, this is a long train. I'm riding back home now. It says we put 10 miles on it so far. That's probably closer to like 9. Yeah, here's another thing. When I stop up here, here's another thing I want to show you that I don't like about this bike. Something I forgot about. Alright, so not only is this dumb chain totally worthless, it also constantly comes off the crank. That's so annoying. That's happened at least 4 or 5 times. This thing would be better off just taking that crank off and throwing the chain in the trash. All right, we have returned back to the beginning here. That puts us at, the odometer says 17 miles. It was probably closer to like 15 or 16 miles that we actually went. And I ran it full throttle the entire way, basically, and up hills and things like that. So we're setting at 4 bars out of 5. It's probably getting closer to dropping to like 3 bars out of 5, because I did push it pretty hard. It's got a big, massive battery, and that is awesome. And that is still some awesome range, but I'm guessing that that is probably getting close to dropping 1 more bar. So my final thoughts on the Likebike KN. So my final thoughts on the Likebike KN110. Well, it is a bike that I do indeed like. It's a pretty cool little bike, and it's got a lot of good features and not very many drawbacks. Anyway, that's it for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.